Now, I I really, Mike, I really appreciate your videos. I watched all of it, the whole series, all four about Santeria, and it brings to mind what your whole premise is: the freedom from religion, as opposed to freedom of religion. Uh, the only reason they interpret the First Amendment as freedom of religion is because in the Constitution, at the very end, he said, "And shall not abridge any exercise thereof." You know, exercising your religion and believing in something is a lot different than the practice of it in front of other people, or forcing other people, invading their space because you practice your goofy religion. Yeah, they're all goofy. Christianity's no better, except they require human sacrifice. Yeah, and the Jews, they require human sacrifice, blood sacrifice. Uh, for instance, at a like a Hasidic Jews, the real Orthodox ones, the moidel comes out, does the bris, and sucks the first blood from the incision out of the baby boy's penis. That's pedophilia. There's something wrong with that picture, and yet it's been going on for thousands of years, all because they thought in their delusional minds that some guy said God told him to kill his son as sacrifice, and he was going to do it because the Abrahamic God is bloodthirsty. Yeah, very, very bloodthirsty. So, Santeria, eh, 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 it's a religion. You know, come on. This guy, that's why religions, that's why freedom of religion is scary. And this is one of the things that just makes my case for freedom from religion stronger. Your case is also, I take it. Yeah, I don't believe in deities and such and superstitions. I don't. It's just sorry. I was born that way too, because well, religions, cults, same thing. Every religion in the world is a cult, whether they want to admit it or not. Has no bearing on the matter, none whatsoever. It just means that they just don't get it. but but 1 second, excuse me. I have to do 1 second. My mouth is really dry. Uh, this Santeria stuff though is very prevalent in Haiti, Costa Rica, the island nations and stuff. It's kind of like a cross between the ancient Catholicism and Voodoo. You know, so it's really no different. It's like when these people get up and they bitch about Scientology, and all these people that are giving their money away to Scientology, and it's a weirdo religion because they believe in Xenu, the Overlord, who killed all his enemies and took and threw their souls into a volcano here on Earth, and then plugged it up with something. Who knows what, right? Yeah, John Travolta and Cruise. They're the people. They believe that kind of stuff. But that's beside the point. My real point is just the ridiculousness of deity worship in any way whatsoever, any way, shape, or form. And doing this documentary, very good. You hit nail on the head. You know what I'd like to see you do? Because I just saw they on 60 Minutes how they did an interview about talking about Benny Hinn and how he's a fraud and all that everything, right? Because he gets all, and he is because all priests suffer frauds. But then I asked the question. I said, well, what about the Pope? Why aren't you making a video about him being a fraud? I mean, he's the guy that collects billions of dollars all the time, all every year, and walks around in $1 million robes and jewels, art and everything, just like Benny. Oh, and his name's Pope Benny anyway, right? That's pretty, yeah, that's coincidental, but it's pretty good. We got Benny Hinn and Pope Benny. Or should I say Poop Benny? Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. They both seem to think they got an open conduit to God or whatever. It's so funny. Benny, however, you can see the fraud in his face. He knows he's cheating people. You can see it in his face. He lays the hands on their forehead. And wham! He slaps them down to the ground. And like you said, one guy said, if this such and such is real, if this who it is, some miracle worker is real, if prayer is real or whatever, call the amazing Randy. He's got $1 million check that if you can prove your religion is real, if you can prove there really is this, that, he'll give you that $1 million. Otherwise, let the spirit world stay where it belongs. In people's figments. All right? Yeah. Anyway, I mean, well, what? It's what's really bad though is our government seems to be going sliding down to like almost a theocratic democracy. I mean, they keep bolstering everything with this God crap. In '57, they added to the pledge, one nation under God, indivisible. That wasn't even in there until '59, whatever. Before that, it was just one nation, indivisible, justice and men for all. What? What? It's just crazy. They pasteurized Congress. I mean, there's a pastor in there says a prayer every day. We got they launched a daily a day of prayer. Fuck, man, come on. Will they ever get a clue that our founding fathers, they called themselves, I guess, deists? Why, I don't know, but they were mostly atheists. They just didn't want to get in trouble. That's what I think. Especially by reading some of their stuff, that you can see it in their writings, how they denigrate, you know, uh, uh, people that are stuck on their religion and stuff. It's just so funny. They even said creator because that's in the Constitution. The creator has endowed us with the name of all the rights of the pursuit of happiness, such blah blah blah. Well, that's only because the way people spoke. That's just what they said. I mean, that's what they thought. They wanted everybody to understand it, right? Anyway, it's all too funny. People don't remember history. They just don't get it. And I think they really wanted freedom from religion. That's why they came here. They don't really want people to be able to worship any way they choose. That's just stupid. Nobody wants that. It's bad enough that Christians and stuff are doing human sacrifice. It's still mutilating their kids' genitals for crying out loud. It's just nuts. And then people bitch about Scientology and Santeria and par for the course. Just some other thing doing whatever. That at least they eat the shit when they're done with it. The goats and such. Yeah, at least they eat them when they're done. So thanks, Michael. That was a good video. But I'm serious. I'd like you to do the same type of video on the Pope, and as compared to Benny Hinn. All right, good idea. Afternoon. I'm just an Earthling right here in Portland. Good night, folks.